Hello, young explorers. Do you know what creature has a long snout, big ears, and loves to eat ants? Yes, you got it. It's the aardvark. This amazing creature is primarily found in Africa, where it roams the lands in search of its favorite food. Now let's take a closer look at the aardvark. It has a unique look, doesn't it? With its long snout, big ears, and robust body, it's certainly not your everyday animal. But do you know what makes it even more special? Its name, the name Aardvark, comes from South Africa's Afrikaans language and literally means earth pig. Isn't that interesting? And it's quite fitting too, considering how much aardvarks love to dig in the earth. So next time you see a picture of an animal with a long snout and big ears, you can confidently say, "That's an aardvark." Now that we know what an aardvark looks like, do you wonder what they love to eat? Yes, it's ants and termites. These critters might seem small, but for an aardvark, they are a feast. Aardvarks have a special tool for catching their dinner, their tongue. It's not like our tongues, though. An aardvark's tongue is super long, almost as long as your arm, and it's sticky, too. This makes it perfect for slurping up lots of ants and termites in one go. But what about the bites from these tiny critters? Well, aardvarks are well prepared for that, too. Their skin is so thick that the bites from ants and termites don't bother them at all. It's like they are wearing a natural suit of armor while they dine. Isn't it fascinating how aardvarks have such a special way of eating their favorite meal? Did you know aardvarks are creatures of the night? Yes, they are. These fascinating critters prefer to live life under the moonlight, making them what we call nocturnal animals. While most of us are snuggled in our cozy beds, aardvarks are just starting their day, or rather their night. They snooze away when the sun's high up, and when the stars twinkle, they're all set for their nightly escapades. You might wonder, how do they find their way around in the dark? Well, aardvarks have an excellent sense of hearing and smell, which comes in handy during their nighttime adventures. Their ears are so sharp they can hear the tiny sounds of insects stirring underground. And their noses? They can sniff out their favorite meals, like ants and termites, even in the pitch dark. So, it's quite an exciting life for these nocturnal nomads. So while we are fast asleep, the aardvarks are having their nightly adventures. How old do you think an aardvark can get? 10 years, 20 years, or even older? Now, if you're thinking along the lines of a few decades, you're pretty close. Aardvarks, these intriguing creatures that roam the plains of Africa, are known to live up to a ripe old age of 23 years in the wild. Isn't that amazing? But wait, there's more. When these earth pigs, a nickname they've earned due to their pig-like snouts, are cared for in zoos or wildlife sanctuaries, they can live even longer. In captivity, given the right care and attention, aardvarks have been known to live well into their 30s. That's almost as long as some of us humans might live with our grandparents. Imagine that. An aardvark could be around to see the changing of many seasons, the growth of many trees, and the passage of many years. That's a long life for our earth pig friends, isn't it? We've learned so much about aardvarks today, haven't we? These fascinating creatures have a unique appearance with their long snouts, big ears, and short legs. Not to forget their strong tails that serve as their very own built-in shovels. They're quite the sight, aren't they? Aardvarks are found mostly in Africa, where they roam the grasslands, woodlands, and savannas, making cozy burrows for themselves. And what's their favorite meal, you ask? Well, it's none other than termites and ants. They use their long tongues to slurp up these tiny critters. Quite the gourmet choice, I'd say. When the sun goes down, that's when the aardvark truly comes alive. They're night owls, or should we say, night aardvarks. And lastly, these critters have been around for quite some time. In fact, they can live up to 23 years in the wild. That's longer than most household pets. So the next time you come across an aardvark, you'll be a real pro. Remember, every creature is unique and has its own special role in our wonderful world. Until next time, keep exploring.